Rosemarie Christopher, and I am from California currently. I was born and raised in Pennsylvania, and I have 3 companies actually. The difference in my life was that I got an education through the goodness of the people in my parish. I was raised Catholic, and we were very poor out from what was called a community or a commune in those days. I began to work to support my family right out of high school, because I left the commune just about at the end of high school. So I went to work to support my family, but I had the dream to go to college because I thought that I could make something of myself if I could go to college. And the next door neighbor in our farming area, Mrs. Jean Waltman, was on the first board for this community college, and she saw me walking home from work one day, and she asked me what I was doing with my life. And I was all of 18 years of age, and I said I wanted to go to college, but I was working in a factory to help support my family. And she told me, just maybe I can get you into Northampton County Community College. How are your grades? And I said I always kept a B+, and she said, okay, go down and talk to Dr. Giannini and tell him I sent you and see what he can do, and ask him for a junior women's scholarship. So I got my start in life because of people that in the community that outreached to young persons, and particularly in this rural area, to help make it possible for the children of the farmers and the people in the area, the factory workers and the farmers, to have a community college. I got 2 years of college there, and then Dr. Giannini asked me where I wanted to go, and I said UCLA. So I went to California. I put myself through school there, and I then stayed and began working in sales.
At some point, after taking all of these jobs and working so hard, when did entrepreneurship and the possibility of that enter in?
I worked for Danny Thomas, the entertainer, straight out of UCLA as a fundraiser. And I felt that work was very worthwhile, and I did it for 7.5 years. And then I tried to work in sales, and it for a while, and it didn't work for me. So I got my chance to go and work in a search firm, a contingency search firm, direct hire of people to go work in companies. And when they saw that I had worked for a children's hospital, now mind you, I was a fundraiser, they thought, oh, she can place salespeople. So they put me on the sales desk. And I did that for a while, and I said, no, I think I want to do the technical desk. And I absolutely refused to take the draw or the base salary, because I said to myself, every day that you can survive, mind you, I'm single, I'm all by myself, every day that you can survive and do the work the way they want you to do the work is the day that you get closer to being the president of your own company. And I did that for 5 years, and I saw my opportunity. When the rental I was in flooded in one of our California famous, they're like monsoon-like storms, and the whole thing flooded, and I saw my opportunity. A person that I had done split work with, we shared a commission with, had a big warehouse, and he said, you may start in my warehouse. There's an empty room there, there's a desk there, get your phone, get your computer.
Why was it important for you to step out on your own, to have your own concern, to start your own venture?
The American dream is the opportunity to reach and to be the best that you can be. I think that's what drove me, is I saw what didn't work, and I saw what did work. And I kept watching and waiting. I thought, this search stuff, I can do it on commission. If I can do it on commission and squeeze an extra penny out of every penny that I actually do make, perhaps I can run a business. Let me see, because nobody's going to pay me if I run a business. I have to stand on my own 2 feet.
How did you, think about how are you going to grow your company? How are you going to fund it initially, and then continue to raise money so that the business could thrive and you can make a living?
I actually self-funded on my credit cards. I had credit cards, and I just was very sparing. I paid things that I had to pay for when I didn't have commission on the credit card, and then I just quickly paid a little bit. Even though companies called and said, would you come and be an in-house recruiter? We'll give you $45,000 a year. I said, no, thank you. I'm going to do this. There's something about the human spirit that is always reaching for that. So I thought, I'll make it. Somehow, I don't know how, but we'll make it. And my fees were enough that in 1 year, I was able, 1 year of really sweating it out, in a recession, by the way, in a recessionary time, 1991, 1992, I actually turned that into a positive and paid off my credit cards.
What are the plateaus for you as you think back as you grew as an entrepreneur?
Okay, in 1992, I started MedExec International. That was my direct hire company. So that was in a recessionary time. We survived it. We came out. We started making money. And I see that companies are starting to call me and ask for another type of person. And I'm looking at this and I'm saying, what is going on in the labor force? And they said, we don't want to have all full-time professionals. We want staff augmentation. We want you to give us people that will work for us on a temp to hire basis, on a contract worker basis, on a consultant basis. So that was the genesis of my second company. So now I had a direct hire company, and then I began saying, not separating out first, under the same company, placing all these contract professionals. And after 10 years and $1 million, I said, I need to get away from the back office that was doing it for me under this direct hire company, and I need to incorporate a company that is just dedicated to staffing. 10 years is enough. And so I did. I set that one up, okay? And I incorporated RX Research Staffing. And I incorporated it and got it going just in time, and all of a sudden there was another recession. So I looked at that and I said, I can't believe it. I am so poised for this recession because the companies in my field stopped hiring in 2008, really stopped hiring a lot of full-time people, and every bit of work in the science world still has to go forward. So the staffing company helped us break the $1 million barrier. Amazing. In 2009, our best year ever. And that made me validated my whole understanding that in the most of down times, if a door closes, a window opens. You need to pounce. You need to, and I have a record of pouncing, seeing opportunities and pouncing. So here I had this really, really successful company. Fast forward another year to 2010, and I get a call from one of my biggest clients, Rosemarie, we're sending all this work to India. We're firing your people. I'm warning you now, it's April. By June, they're all gone. And I said, no, I don't think so. Can we bid? They said, well, you're not a CRO. You're not a clinical research organization. I said, watch how fast I can become a clinical research organization. They said, you have 4 months. And I said, I'm going to show you that this work can be done in the United States. And it can be done for less in the United States with higher quality professionals. The senior directors looked at that and said, she's keeping the money in the United States in these times, makes them look good. They said, give her the contract.
And you've just told a wonderful story about one person's impact, one company's impact to do that, to help create jobs, the U.S. economy, sort of get it back on the feet, but that's one person. So we need hundreds of you. We need thousands of you.
Yes, we do.
We need more entrepreneurs. The Kauffman Foundation wants more entrepreneurs. We want those entrepreneurs to be more successful, and we want the successful entrepreneurs to grow bigger and faster, because that's what's going to bring us back to life and bring the economy, rev up the economic engine again. So how do we do that?
I want to put thousands of young educated professionals to work, because they will be the serial entrepreneurs. They will be the ones, some of them will work here, some of them will work in various countries. We attract all these people from the world, but a lot of them want to go back, a lot of them want to stay, they want to become citizens. Right now I'm sponsoring them. The ones that are not there, that are working toward their H-1B, in my company, we're paying that forward. We're investing in them, and we have them for the period of time that they choose to stay, get the leadership, and have their H-1B visa. And I am just bound and determined to not let all these young people that come to America, all these immigrants that come here to go to our schools and university, that have been promised a better life in the American dream, I'm just bound and determined it's not going to be taken away from them. And I know I'm only one person, but to me, everything is possible.
Thank you. Thank you so much.